Let's all grow together. Alright, so today I'm going to show you a little bit about your VPN and why you should use it. First of all, let me just tell you this. Your VPN should be used because it's a virtual private network keeping your data secure from one wireless access point to the next, whether you're trying to protect your personal information or maybe even your credit card information. It's stored locally on most people's browsers, or it's on your phone, whatever you're using. So when you're at home, you want to keep everything secure for sure. When you're on the go, you can actually download the app through the Google Play Store, iOS. If you have an Apple device, whatever device you use, this will be compatible, unless it's some custom device you put together and you didn't configure it right. So this is called PIA, Private Internet Access. This is my preferred VPN. You can install it as an extension on your browser. You can install it locally on your computer. Or you can just do this, install it right into your router, which is the most secure way in my opinion. Now, if you go to this link right here, which I'm going to show you, and you can come back to that so you can type that in, or you can just search Private Internet Access OpenVPN, or I'll throw a link in the page below. So OpenVPN configuration files default. I'm going to use this because I want to have it's going to be the least secure, but it's going to allow me to use a domain name server to connect. And the stronger your connection is, I mean, you're still gonna be able to use a DNS, but this is gonna be a little bit faster with your default. So I'm gonna go with my default configuration. I've already downloaded the files. So you click it, it just downloads. Mine says OpenVPN Zip 1 because I've already downloaded a different one. Then I'm gonna go to my router. My router, all I did was, which you guys will have to do, which is type in 192.168.1.1. Yours might be like .1.0 or .0.1. Just look on your router and check it out. When you get there, you hit enter. Mine's already going to be logged in, but your password is probably going to be admin password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 zeros, and your username will usually always be admin. So anyways, once you're logged in, this is my user interface. Actually, it starts off with my dashboard, which I'll go to real quick, and then we're going to come back over here. I go to advanced settings. Yours might be settings, configuration, or advanced, something like that. I'm going to look for VPN clients, and I'm going to add a VPN client in there. Now, you will need the username and password if you're using a paid one. This one's like $2.99 or something a month. If you're paying for like a 2 or 3 year subscription. Other than that, I think it's like $6.98 a month, but it's very well worth it. This is better than any antivirus, and it doesn't use up a whole bunch of your internet connection speeds. Actually, it's going to improve it because it's going to keep your ISP, your internet service provider, from throttling your internet connection, which is amazing to me because I upload all the time, and it sickens me to see that they are consistently throttling my internet connection. So I got furious and finally looked into how I could, keep them from doing that. So anyways, I'm gonna go to Houston OpenVPN. Now the reason I have chose this is because I've actually used this right here, which is just my automatic connection tool, right? And so I automatically connect, and it automatically switched me to Houston. Now I can go here, and it's gonna tell me the current milliseconds per hop to my VPN. Mexico, 90 milliseconds, 97, blah, blah, blah. And if we go to United States, US Texas, Florida, we can check latency. Here we hit latency, it checks Houston as 44 milliseconds. So it's a very, good connection. 44 milliseconds isn't bad at all. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna type in my username and my password for this specific VPN that I'm using. I'm not gonna show you my username and password, but I'm gonna just type that in and I'll be able to finish this up. Alright, so I am actually connecting right now. It's in the process. You'll see the connecting there for a while. It takes a minute to do this as it's configuring these files and updating your router. After this, I don't know if your router is going to restart on its own, but I would highly suggest restarting it and any devices connected to it. That way you have a better configuration. All right, so it's connected, and once that's done, you're done. And I'm gonna go ahead and just restart my router like so. When I restart my router, I'm also going to go to whatever devices I'm using, PlayStation being my one of choice, and I'm going to power off my PlayStation. When I'm done with the restart of the router, I'm going to also turn off my computer as well. And I want to look at the light on my PlayStation to make sure when it's flashing that it will turn off all the way. Alright, so it's asking me to log back in. That means it's rebooted back up. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of all of these. Exit out of this. Let me save this real quick. Save as ports for Black Ops 4 BO4, right? Okay, so I'm going to save that. Sorry about that. Should have that done. And then I'm going to power. Oops, turn this off too. I'm going to power this off. Alright, so now just power it back on. Once it's powered back on, we can make sure everything is configured correctly. Actually, is it turning on now? It is turning on now. I mean, you could also turn off your modem and turn that back on. That is a good possibility. But you really won't need that. Not turn on. But so anyways, you know, VPNs are, you know, crucial, especially if you're like a streamer or you play video games a lot, because there are a lot of times, especially if you're playing video games, you're uploading, downloading a lot of stuff, building websites, whatever. Your ISP will see that there's so much traffic going from one place to the next that there's an algorithm in place where they'll actually throttle you because, you know, this guy hasn't got enough, you know, internet usage and we want to let him get his internet usage in. Well, this is the thing, they promise us that we can have a certain amount of data, so we're going to take advantage of that because that's what we pay for. And, you know, the more people that do that, the more you'll see, you know, money being put into more and more fiber optic cables or regular coax cables being put into the ground. That way we don't have to have slow connections and they don't have to lose new customers who can't afford to lose their internet connection but don't know the difference of how they can fix it by just using a simple VPN, which is just as simple as what I showed you there. Literally putting their name and password in. I'm going to throw a link in the description below. I am affiliated with PIA. I chose PIA because a very intelligent friend of mine suggested it to me. His name is Brandon Tucker. He's actually one of the developers at XDA. And the things I've learned about it is just amazing. This has a military grade encryption. So, you know, this right here is definitely my choice of securing my data over the internet. And also, you know, locally stored on, you know, my browser's cache, because believe it or not, people can actually log into your internet, even if you're not on it, as long as it's turned on, and get right into your browser or computer if you're plugged in with the Ethernet cable, which most people are. So anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, share. If I've helped you in any way, there's a donation link below, $2, $3 for a cup of coffee, whatever. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Thank you for watching my video. I'm out.